In the ancient lands of Sumer, where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers cradled the birthplace of civilization, the people worshipped many gods. Among them, few were as revered as Enki, the wise and benevolent Sumerian god of water, wisdom, and creation. His name echoed through the temples and ziggurats of Mesopotamia and the Black Lands, spoken with reverence by kings and commoners alike. Like all the Anunnaki, meaning those who came from heaven, Enki was not an imagined Sumerian deity, which was once believed only a few years ago. However, recent modern interpretations and archaeological findings suggest that he was, in fact, an advanced extraterrestrial prince from another world. When the Anunnaki arrived on Earth 350,000 years ago, King Anu named the planet after his son, Ea, honoring his original birth name. Serving as Earth's guardian, he was the keeper of ancient secrets and the architect of humanity's destiny, with his civilization genetically modifying early humans to mirror their own form. Enki, the eldest prince of Nibiru, was born under King Anu's rule, the king of the galaxy. His mother, Namu, was a concubine and a biracial hybrid of Nibiru, a fact that lessened his chances of claiming the throne. Enki was married to his cousin, Ninki, also known as Damkina, daughter of his uncle and the former King Alalu. Despite his royal lineage, Enki's true dominion lay deep beneath the earth in the Abzu, where he was ordered by Enlil, his younger brother in command, to rule a mystical underworld of fresh waters and vast gold deposits. The Abzu was not just a body of water, but a reservoir of immense power and technology that he engineered from his arrival on Earth, the source of all rivers and streams. It was here, in his palace of shimmering water, crystals and light, that Enki reigned. This realm is where Enki allowed the children of men to attain immortality, often identified in ancient Greek mythology and Egyptian mythology as the underworld. In this capacity, Enki would later be known by many other names when the Anunnaki God started new human civilizations throughout the thousands of years the Anunnaki resided here on Earth. Enki is known as the god Shiva or Varuna in Hinduism, Poseidon and Hades in Greek mythology, the snake in the Garden of Eden in the modern biblical texts, the Egyptian god known as Ptah, and in Nordic mythology as Loki. In the depths of the Sumerian Abzu, Enki's influence extended beyond the living, for it was also the realm of the dead. The halls of Amenti were rejuvenation chambers where the Anunnaki would come to renew their lives after each eon. Desiring power and knowledge, Enki attempted to gain influence over all realms. However, in his quest for more authority, he was outmaneuvered by Enlil and the other Anunnaki leaders, who convinced him that ruling the underworld was an esteemed role, allowing him access to secrets hidden in the deep. In some versions, the goddess Ereshkigal, ruler of the underworld, also played a role in anchoring Enki's connection to the underworld. Enki's ventures into her domain led to him unknowingly binding himself to its mysteries. Over time, he became more deeply tied to the underworld's governance, where he was seen as the intermediary between life and death, creation and destruction. In his underworld, Enki fathered a child with Ereshkigal, granddaughter of his half-brother Enlil. Their son was named Ningish-Zida, later known as the Egyptian god Thoth, who would become a god of wisdom and magic. Ninki, his first wife, gave birth to his eldest son, who was named Marduk. His other children were Gibil, the god and engineer of magical artifacts and metallurgy, Dumuzi, the god of the Black Lands of Africa, and Nergal, who was the guide of Noah during the flood. His first human son before Noah, according to the Sumerian text, is Adapa, a blood ancestor to the first Adam and Eve. Adapa's son are in actuality Cain and Abel of biblical texts. The rivalry between Enki and Enlil is a core theme in Mesopotamian mythology, often fueled by Enki's dissatisfaction with the balance of power. When Enki arrived on Earth, the Persian Gulf extended inland, creating marshes that became his preferred domain. As a master engineer, Enki transformed these swampy areas into fertile lands by constructing canals, river embankments, and drainage systems. At the edge of these marshlands, he established Eridu, also called Haki, or the place of water fishes. His grand residence, the Abzu, symbolized the Abzu's life-giving waters. Enki was frequently depicted sailing through the marshes, underscoring his strong connection to the aquatic and maritime realms when recorded by Sumerian scribes. As the patron of diviners and priests, Enki's knowledge of water's purifying qualities made him a key figure in ritual practices, exorcisms, and incantations used to dispel evil and cleanse leaders after foreboding events. His contributions to civilization included introducing agriculture, brick-making, and canal construction. In the myth Adapa and the South Wind, Enki prevents Adapa from gaining immortality, thus maintaining the balance between gods and mortals while preserving humanity's access to mystical knowledge. He also created the 7 Apkallu, or sages, who served as intermediaries between the divine and human worlds, imparting wisdom to enrich civilization. A notable ancient declaration, likely attributed to Marduk, emphasizes Enki's divine lineage. The speaker declares himself the fertile seed, born of the great wild bull, signifying a potent source of creation and power, and identifies as Anu's firstborn son, affirming his authority and central status in the pantheon. The reference to himself as the great brother of the gods, emphasizing his leadership role. Enki is frequently portrayed as a bearded figure with a horned cap surrounded by streams filled with fish, symbolizing the abundance of the Abzu. However, it's essential to note that Enki and other leaders often altered their appearances before humans. Their lineage combines both lion mammalian and reptilian extraterrestrial humanoid traits, with a range of skin tones from black to white and distinct feline or reptilian features in their true forms. He is also linked to the crescent moon, due to its influence on tides. However, it is important to know that the texts describe Enki leaving Earth to explore the moon for several shahs with his son Marduk. While on the moon, Marduk tells his father Enki that he should have the rights and power to lead on Earth, and that Enlil, his brother, dispositioned him. In the myth, Ninurta and the Turtle, Enki captures Ninurta, son of Enlil, using a turtle, ultimately reclaiming the powerful tablet of destinies that controls humanity's fate, which can have several dualistic meanings today. His many names, such as Denki, Damenki, and Nudimud, Thothme, the dweller of Undal, reflect his multifaceted nature from being able to transition between the physical to celestial realm, and he is associated with the number 40, indicating his prominence in the Mesopotamian pantheon and the biblical texts of the modern-day Bible. Enki's enduring legacy is evident in texts from the early dynastic period through the writings of Berossus in the 3rd century BCE, where he was equated with the Greek god Kronos. Despite shifts in the Mesopotamian pantheon, Enki remained a benefactor of humanity and a protector of civilization. Enki ultimately aimed to ensure that his offspring Marduk, rather than Enlil's, would inherit divine authority with the help of his sister Ninhursag, also Anu's daughter, but not by Antu, further complicating divine succession rules. This celestial power struggle mirrors human affairs, as noted in Sumerian texts describing humanity's creation by Ninhursag through genetic modification techniques devised by Enki. When Enlil sought to punish humankind for their transgressions, it was Enki who intervened, protecting them as their guardian and guide. Ninhursag, the eldest sister of both Enki and Enlil, collaborated with Enki to engineer humanity, blending their genetic expertise to create the first humans, Adamu and Eve, in a fertile paradise garden that was guarded by Anunnaki soldiers on each side. Enki, known for his wisdom, bestowed upon them the knowledge of good and evil, empowering them to understand moral complexities and make their own choices. This act, however, angered Enlil, Enki's brother, who believed such knowledge would disrupt the intended order. He labeled Enki a serpent and a trickster, accusing him of causing chaos among humanity. This rift between the brothers underscored the tension between knowledge and obedience, shaping humanity's destiny and the dynamics within the divine realm.